Welcome to Jeff's Sunday Talk. I own Jeff's Lawn and Landscaping. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I was wanting to talk a little bit. I was going to try to go and trim some shrubs today, but it ended up raining, so I wouldn't be able to do that today. So I just ended up calling the customer and telling them that I'll have to schedule for another day. Um, it's kind of drizzling around right now. It came a pretty good rain this morning, but it's pretty wet even if it did clear up. But I looked and it's supposed to be raining off and on all day. So I just went ahead and, like I said, told them I'd schedule for another day. So I'm just going to enjoy my day off. There's nothing I can do about it. Rest up where I can hit it hard this next week. Yeah, just want to get on here and talk about some things. Um, so I was wanting to talk about some of the things I'd like to do in the future, and I mean this is nothing anytime soon, and I've had goals that I wanted to do things, and then those goals is changed as I went. Uh, One thing I'd like to do, actually, I was at a customer's house yesterday mowing, and he's a pretty nice guy. He's a business guy himself, and he was talking to me about putting a sign on the back of my trailer that I guess he was needing some cement work done, and he was driving around. I guess somebody had a sign on the back of their trailer advertising doing cement work, and he said he ended up getting their number and going to call them. He was talking about I should do that. So I've thought about doing that. One of the things, the reason why I haven't, I've got like just a regular yard sign, and I've seen where they'll kind of zip tie that to the back of it and everything. I've thought about doing that, but just the way the bars come down on the back of the gate, I just think it make it kind of hard to do that and make it look professional and everything. But I've looked into having a professional sign made. I'm not sure exactly what the sign was, what size it was, but it was a decent size. Not as big as the gate, of course, but I would say overall about maybe half, a little bit less than half the size of the gate. Uh, but it's been a while, but I think they were going to make the sign and even put the sign on the trailer. He wasn't sure exactly how he was going to do it, bolt it on there somehow. But anyways, he was going to put the sign on there, and I was thinking it was a little under 200, a little over 200. So I've thought about doing that, but I kind of held off and got into doing some other things. But I wouldn't mind to go back to doing that, to have that done. I mean, I don't want to overdo it. I've got my truck and everything, but at the same time, with the trailer being behind there and everything, and my mowers and everything could be blocking my truck, and I feel like if they pull up behind me, that would be a good place to have the sign, like my customer was telling me. So I may look into that maybe next year. We'll see. I like doing a little at a time. I ended up getting the truck stickered up. If you haven't seen that, you can go back and check out some other videos. I show that pretty often. I don't want to overdo it too much. Actually, this year I've probably done a little bit more than I normally do. But I just like doing a little at a time, and then when you get that paid for, just do a little bit each year. I like doing it towards the beginning of the year because sometimes it motivates me. I mean, I enjoy doing what I'm doing and everything, but it's always nice to do a few things. And like when I got my truck done, I was ready to get going and hook my trailer up and see what it looked like out on the jobs, and hopefully it stood out where the neighbors could see it and everything. But yeah, that's one thing I may end up doing next year. Another thing I'd like to do is I've got my trailer paid for. I've had it paid for, I don't know, a couple months, something like that. And the 36-inch walk behind. Um, I owe on it. I'm wanting to say I owe about 1,200, somewhere around there, 1,500, and so I'm hoping I get it paid off before this winter, or somewhere around in there where I won't have to worry about paying a payment through the winter. Although I think I only pay about 80 a month, but it's $80 that I won't have to worry about in the winter. But I want to get that paid for, and next year I'd like to get another 36. If that's a stand-on 36 or a walk-down 36, I haven't decided, but I'd like to get a backup for one of those, or use the one I have as a backup. Either way, I like having two of them. Where I have the 60-inch Kubota, I have the 48-inch stand-on John Deere. So even though the John Deere is a 48 and the Kubota is 60, I still feel like if the 60-inch went down, I could use the 48-inch as a backup. And I have more of the smaller yards. Well, I would say small to medium-sized yards now. There for a while, I was getting more bigger yards, to where I don't think the big mower is as important as it was before. And then that's another reason why I'd like to get another 36. Is that, like I said, if it went down, and with me having more smaller yards, I'm getting to where I'm using it more now. But you never know. I've done that, and then it kind of switch off the next year. I may end up getting bigger jobs. I kind of like to stay around maybe the medium-sized yards to smaller yards, just because most of the time I'm by myself, and I don't mind doing the big yards. But when you get out there and do some of them, you go out there and do 2 acres, you mow it and weed eat it and all that. It kind of drains me a little bit. Where I can keep going, but you go and do the small ones or medium size. I don't think it's as hard on you, which of course you don't make as much. But I'm getting to where now I'd like to have medium to small, but then get several of them close together and knock them out that way. And I think I'll come out better by doing it that way. Another thing, I was thinking about getting a dump trailer, and that was on one of my goals at the beginning of the year to buy a dump trailer, but I kind of put that on the back burner just because I'm really not trimming shrubs as much as I was before. I'm still doing it, but I was getting to where I was picking up several of them, and it just kind of comes and goes. So I feel like I can make it without a dump trailer right now. I've just got my truck, and most of the time when I go to do shrub jobs, I'm not really hauling that much away. I may anywhere from a wheelbarrow load to a half a truckload, and so I feel like I can use my pickup right now. It'd be handy to have a dump trailer, but I just don't really feel like it would pay for itself right now. But in the future, I would like to, pick up more shrub jobs, and maybe, if it paid for itself to get it. Like I said, I could use it. I just don't feel like I would use it enough worth making that monthly payment. I want to really make it worth my while before I go and get one. But if I do that, I'd like to sticker it up like I did the truck or similar to it. I like really standing out there when you go down the road, and I'm really not looking to get a lot of jobs because it's just me right now. But at the same time, I like standing out there when I'm in the neighborhoods, because like I said, I like to get a lot of the closer ones. I like to go to addition and maybe get to where I do 5 to 10 yards in one addition, and come out of there and maybe go to another addition and do 5 to 10 or something. Then that way I cut down my drive time. I have to spend as much on gas, and even though you don't get the break driving a little bit in between, I feel like I can go in there and knock them out quicker and maybe not even have to work as long, you know, to get as many done. So that's another thing I'd like to do eventually. But like I said, that may be year to a few years down the road. But yeah, I appreciate you watching this, and I appreciate if you check out some of my other videos and like and subscribe. Thank you.